My name's Pete Woods, you're watching Hexham TV. Who are you?
Hello Pete, I'm Suzanne Fairless-Aitken. I'm the County Councillor for Hexham East and Town Councillor of an amazing cross-party Town Council.
And we're here at the old Hexham bus station, Suzanne. Tell me what's happened.
Well, stuff is happening. It's good. Basically, I presented a motion to County Hall in January to full council, and I presented the same motion again to the Town Council on Monday at the meeting to get their support behind me, because I have essentially asked for a section 215 to be served on the owner's dysart at the bus station. I'll read the motion and then it explains a bit more of the background. So in Hexham, as we know, our 4.5 million heritage scheme funded by NCC is in the last stages of completion, and it's looking great. I mean, I think everyone would realise that. However, there's one obvious omission from the site: the old bus station, which has been sitting in a state of disrepair for 7 years now. During my by-election in December 2021, 5 million was promised for this by our local MP. It has since been moved to a central regeneration pot for the county. The property is currently on the market through the owner's dysart for 1.5 million. And the residents in the town, as I know, are desperate for it to be bought back and repurposed. I've asked NCC about purchasing, and the response is not at this price. It's not best value for the town. However, the alternative option is, so the site gets tidied up because it's an absolute eyesore in a heritage zone that's being developed, that the Town Council are requesting the County Council to serve a section 215 notice on the site, which is where the local planning authority uses a maintenance notice where the condition of the land or buildings adversely affects the amenity of an area. This section 215 notice can be used in England and requires the owner or occupier to deal with the poor state of the building. So that's from best practice. So the motion asked basically a County Hall lobby NCC, as I have done, and it seems to be working. There's people are talking to people. I'm optimistic, I know, but I just look at it and I look at what it was. I mean, it's hard to imagine what it used to be in the current state. So this is it on a blue sunny day, unlike today, but as you can see, very tidy, neat. Buses, we'll never go back to that, but what I would like to see is that it looks good from the front. The Wombles were in here, I think about 2-3 weeks ago. I had to get them to leave all the glass. It was in an absolute state. The depot team did that on a goodwill basis because it is actually dysart's problem. We did pick up jumpers, bags, everything. It's awful. There's an orchard growing over that wall there. It's, you know, it needs to be presentable. If we're going to have this as part of our showcase high street revamp come May, it needs to be tidied up. The boards, the posters, everything. It's disgraceful. It's not acceptable, and dysart need to know this. So that's why we've done what we've done.
Can you tell me, would there ever be a possibility of making a compulsory purchase on something like this? Is it
compulsory purchases are tricky because the owner can suddenly produce a plan, and then that gets rid of the compulsory purchase, and that sits in for about 2-3 years. So it's a way of wiggling out. This way they can't wiggle out. They have to either spend money to revamp it from the front or sell it, and they've had people interested. So, you know, this is maybe the gentle nudge that they need to do something. So you may not know, but the site actually does go back here into this lovely wild scrub area, as we like to call it. So it's a huge site, and part of the ropery at the back as well. So it's covered in cars, which is a gesture of goodwill by dysart, that we can use it as temporary parking, but the cars seem to cover up quite a lot of the neglect as well. So you make up your mind as to whether this is best value for Hexham.